Yo, what's going on guys, DeWobs here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we have a full breakdown of the brand new Resource Rumble game mode, which is coming to the new update this week in Marvel Rivals on the brand new Throne of Null map. And this is a new mode in Marvel Rivals that should be making its way to competitive after the devs have heard our feedback on it. So let's see what actually is Resource Rumble. Well, basically it takes place on this new Throne of Null map, which has 3 randomly unlocking mission areas. So there's 3 objective areas, A, B, and C, which are just like your normal control areas around the map. And at the beginning of the game, one of these points will randomly be unlocked. In the footage, we can see that point B is first to be unlocked, and all you have to do is fight the enemy team for control over this point. And having control over the point will earn you some resources. So at the start of the game, once the capture area is unlocked, we can see it's just like normal control. You fight on the point, you have to stand on the point for long enough, and then you will take control of that point. Now, while you have control of this point, then you will be earning more and more resources. And you can see the bar maxes out at 360 during this phase, and it looks like the first point has a limited amount of resource available, so it has 210 potential resource that you can earn for the duration of this. Now, I don't know whether the enemy can take control back. I assume they can take control back and they can earn some resource from this. So basically, this first phase of the game is to fight for control over these points to earn as much resource in the start of the game as possible. Now, once the resource has been used up, so all 210 resource has been taken from the first objective, the next objective will be unlocked, and this will be one of the other 2 objectives. So as we can see in the gameplay, Objective A is now unlocked, and then you proceed to there, and you will fight the enemy team once again for control of this objective. Now, in the trailer, we can see that the red team now take control of A, and that means that they are able to collect as much of that resource as they possibly can. Now, for the trailer's sake, it seems they hold the objective the entire time, and at this point, both teams have 210 resource. Now, once the first 2 points have been completed, you will enter the Rumble phase. Now, at this phase, it kind of knocks 60 points off both sides by the looks of it. And now players have to battle, and the first player to reach 300 total points will win the game. But what happens at this point is, during the Rumble phase, the final objective that's unlocked will steal the resource from the enemy team and give it to whoever holds the objective. So here we can see, at point C, the enemies fight, and the red team captures point C. At this point, we can see that all of the resource from the blue team is getting dragged over to the red team. So now it's the red team's job to defend this final point during the Rumble phase as long as possible, because that will mean that they extract all of the resource from the blue team and it goes to their team until it hits 300. Now, it looks like as the game continues, the speed at which the resource transfers on this final point increases, which obviously means the game doesn't go on forever. At one point, literally touching the objective will probably give you an instant win. And we can see in the overtime mode that the red team has 299 resource. They are 1 resource off winning the game, but because overtime has triggered, it means the blue team has until the overtime bar hits 0 to get back on the objective by the looks of it. And here we can see they managed to do it. And then because it's in overtime, we can see the resource is being transferred much faster, and the blue team managed to claw it back even more. But then the red team managed to claw it back once again. And because the game has been going on for so long at this point, look how fast the red team get the points back. Now, if you look at the top of the UI, you can see 4 arrows for each team. Now, this shows the speed at which the resource will be transferred. Now, it isn't determined by how many people you have on the objective, so you don't need to stand with your entire team on the objective. Once you have control during this Rumble phase, you will constantly take the resource from the enemy, so you can push up closer to their spawn potentially and try and hold them off that way. And it just seems like the longer the game goes, the faster the resource will be transferred. That's what it seems like to me. So honestly, what do I think of this mode? I actually think it seems all right. Obviously, we'll have to wait to see how balanced it is, how good the map actually is. We've seen a pretty good trailer of the map. There's some really cool parts of this map, but it's going to be very different to your normal Marvel Rivals map. Since there are 3 random points around, there's going to be way more angles that the enemy is going to be able to push the point from. The enemies will be coming from different angles each match, depending on where the first objective was. I also noticed that in the spawn, we get these new little booster pads that will launch you forward to help you get back in the fight faster, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty cool to see in spawn. I don't know what these ones off to the side here, they seem to point you up, so I don't know if you can push straight from the high ground out of spawn. They kind of look like they're just pointing at a wall, so I'm not sure what's going on with those ones. But it is mainly just your usual kind of control style. You are still just fighting for control. If you can get control of both the first 2 points, I'm pretty sure you're almost guaranteed a win. I'm not sure what happens, because if you get both points, you'll have 420 resource already. Because it looks like if you manage to get control of the first 2 points the entire time, I think you just win the game before Rumble phase even starts, because you can see you have a maximum of 360 resource you can get during the first 2 points. So if you were to hold both the first 2 points the entire time, you would hit 360, and I think you would just win the game before it goes to that final point, which is kind of like your overtime, essentially. So it's very interesting. It's kind of a mix of a few different modes we've seen in other games. We kind of have that hard point style in the sense that there's random objectives. I really want to know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think this feels like a good game mode for Marvel Rivals? Obviously, it's only on this one map, so you'll pretty rarely get this mode in competitive when it actually comes to the game. But if this is a game mode that people like, then I'm sure they'll do more of it. But I have a feeling that the majority of people are going to not like this mode, just because people kind of enjoy what they have right now. And I don't know, when it comes to competitive, people don't really like these kind of funky mechanics. I honestly think it seems pretty fine. We'll just have to wait till we get our hands on it. And this will be dropping in the new update on Friday, as I mentioned in Quick Play. Now, Friday is also a pretty big update for Marvel Rivals. We have an event, we have new skins, and we should also be getting some more information on matchmaking. The Marvel Rivals devs did confirm that they are currently working on a video which is going to explain how matchmaking works in Marvel Rivals, trying to put to rest some of the theories or rumors about Marvel Rivals matchmaking. Honestly, I just hope they listen to the community and they give us some idea of what's going on with matchmaking, if they have plans to improve certain things, as I know that is maybe the biggest complaint in Marvel Rivals at the moment with how the matchmaking works. And we should also be getting a brand new trailer for the Ancient Powers Awaken event, which is a mini pass featuring 3 awesome skins, along with the new Iron Man Extreme Biote armor skin, which is coming on Friday, and that should also be coming with a second skin that's currently not been revealed. Honestly, I have no idea what that's going to be. We should also be getting news on Wave 2 of the new summer skins as well in the very near future, so a lot on the way. So stay tuned on the channel, because there's plenty more to be revealed still later on this week. But that's the update on the Resource Rumble game mode. I know a lot of you wondered what this new mode was, and hopefully that answers most of your questions about the mode. If you got any more, drop them in the comments, and if we get any answers, I'll be sure to reply to you guys. I'll see you in the next one anyway. Goodbye.